Alright, so then again, this is actually an unhealthy vocal cord. And what we have here, this one on the left is healthy, but this one is a vocal nodule. Now, what's a vocal nodule? Yeah, but actually she was right. I mean, that's a very good description of what vocal nodes or vocal nodules are. So yeah, it's due to damage to your vocal folds, your vocal cords. Now, what we have here is a little bump here. So the thing is that in a healthy vocal fold or vocal cord, this should be a smooth surface. But it's just like our flow through our blood vessels, right? What happens if you start making the flow a little turbulent? The flow isn't as smooth, so that's going to disrupt the flow of air. So the thing is that this is why I like to liken like a string instrument. What if your strings get very gunky, or if your bow has like, or start having like all this crud on it? Well, it's going to affect the sound, right? Same with vocal nodules. By making that surface of your vocal folds less smooth and more rough, it's going to affect the quality of your voice. So it results in less vocal range because vocal nodules are pretty much scar tissue. And scar tissue isn't flexible, it tends to be stiff. So this is why you have less vocal range. That's why she's like, oh, you can't sing like Christina Aguilera anymore. Does she even sing anymore? Yeah, anyway. But the thing is, this also results in hoarseness as well. So hoarseness is, again, instead of having a smooth voice, it's going to get raspy. And if you've seen the movie, what happens after she gets the surgery, it changes her voice. But the thing is, like, it changes her voice, but not like how it typically happens with vocal nodules. It does not necessarily mean you'll have a lower vocal pitch. Maybe if it caused a lot of slack in her vocal folds, it could end up with a lower pitch and turn her from a soprano into a bass. But yeah, that's not the actual thing that happens. Or how about this? Like, if you remember, watch this as a kid, this is, you know who this is, right? Mary Poppins. And who played Mary Poppins? Julie Andrews, right? I know. So again, it's like you were like, oh, she ripped off Ariana Grande. No, again, this is the original. But again, her voice. Why does it? She's still alive. She's well. But why doesn't she sing anymore? Because she had a medical disaster. And what medical disaster did she have? Well, the thing is that poor Julie Andrews developed vocal nodules. And then she tried to get surgery, but the surgery was botched. And by botching the surgery, they basically stole Mary Poppins' voice. She doesn't sing anymore because her vocal cords were damaged. And she actually, yeah, so she actually did a lawsuit because her voice was gone. And that was her claim to fame. She was Mary Poppins, she was Sound of Music, she was like the voice of all those musicals. But yeah, so again, this is why they also said in Pitch Perfect that it stole your dreams, because that's what happened to Julie Andrews. Alright. Okay, so I know it's like not to ruin your childhood, but yeah, that's actually what happened. So yeah, what causes it? So, well, again, that any sort of like stress to your vocal cords, that's why it's used to like without proper lubrication. So things that when you start doing a lot of damage and stress to your tissues, often they end up building scar tissue, right?